Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Mad Magic 9. And in this episode, we are gonna be killing the dragon. Now, I already have a save file inside the dragon's lair. So what happened was this. I, uh, I tried killing the dragon. There's a way to easily take out the dragon using a specific spell, I think called Poison Cloud. Because the dragon has very, like, obscenely high health regeneration. And if you don't use that, it'll take ages. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and beat the guy legit. And I went and I fought him. And I got him down to about, like, 10,000 health out of 30,000. And then the game crashed. Now, I could have kept that footage in and shown you part of it. Except that also, for some reason, even though my mic is plugged in, OBS, I guess, you know what, I blame OBS, but I should have checked this myself. OBS, for some reason, defaulted to the, like, built-in laptop mic, which I just have disabled by default, because whenever I need a mic, I use my actual mic. And so none of the audio got captured, so I was like, whatever. Like, I still have the footage of it, but it's not interesting. It's just me standing in front of this dragon for like about half an hour, and then eventually the game crashing. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be using a spell called Poison Cloud, or like Poison, I think. If this is the spell that I'm thinking of, because the way it kills the dragon is because he has such a big hitbox, it hits him multiple times, and just like chews through his where am I going? Did I set instead of recalling, or what did I do? I don't know what I did. I'm just gonna load my game. So, God, my mind is such a mess right now because of all of this. Right, so I tried to kill the dragon. The game crashed, and also I found out that my mic wasn't recording. So I had a whole like I did a whole pep talk in the intro. I was like, you know what, we're gonna try and kill this dragon legit. We're not gonna use any exploits. And then got a decent chunk of the way in, and then the game crashed, and I'm like, okay, if this is what's gonna happen if we try and kill the dragon legit, then I'm not gonna feel bad about using exploits. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I am also not sorry. I also wasted a bunch of time in the beginning of the video running around the game complaining about the lack of an auto map and how hard it is to just go around because you have to like open up the map every single time. It's it's a whole thing. Anyway, that failed recording session is behind me. What we can now do is we're gonna try and kill this guy. Legit. No, not legit. What's the opposite of legit? Whatever the opposite of doing it legit is, that is what we're gonna try to do. That we're gonna be trying to do. We're gonna be trying to. Oh, God, I'm struggling to say basic words. We're gonna be trying to take him out using the poison cloud, which. Excuse me? Fuck off. So we're gonna be using the poison cloud, which I should have as my But there we go, this is the one. So the key is that this spell moves slowly away. Do you also have it? Or is it... I don't know what the skill requirements for that spell are, but if my cleric doesn't have it, I'm gonna assume that it probably isn't one of the spells that he's eligible to learn. So we're just gonna go in. We're gonna fight this dragon. I'll spend a couple turns trying to fight him normally. Also, like, some other random enemies show up during the fight. Like those harpy type enemies, like winged aberrations. And it's weird because initially I thought, and you might see some of them during this fight. Initially I thought that they were helping the dragon out, but then the dragon turned around and started trying to started killing them himself. So I was like, well, that's kind of a strange move on the part of those guys to show up when nobody wants them there. Like, I don't want them there, the dragon doesn't want them there, but they're showing up anyway. I guess they were trying to be opportunistic, but they ooh, look at that. Look at that poison cloud damage. Also, look at the amount of health he has. More than 30,000. Yeah, he also does this thing. He pushes you back. Annoyingly. Lots of instances of damage. A lot of those instances will be very low damage, but occasionally you'll do pretty high damage. This dragon, I'm pretty sure, also regenerates health. Let me confirm that. So right now he's got 35,006. We wait a bit. Yeah, 35,104. Yeah, so he heals at a pretty at a frankly insulting. It's frankly insulting how quickly this guy will regenerate his health back. And like, all you need to do is more damage than he puts out, and you will eventually take him down, even if you're not using the tactic that I'm using. But then, eventually, evidently, your game will crash. So, I'm gonna do it this way. It took me about half an hour to get him below... I'm gonna be using a Divine Intervention. About half an hour to get him below 15,000. This time it's, what, we're just a few minutes into the fight. And he is, I will just tell you, at below 15,000, yep. So much better way to fight him. This is the way I killed him the last time I played this game. God, that wing smash or whatever he does to push you away from him is such an annoying spell. Okay, he's about to go down. Only 6,000 health. Yeah. Momentarily. There we go. He's dead. And it's easy to miss this. You doing okay? But oh, that's hilarious. He's just a perpetual flamethrower, and you will take damage if you go close to him. So what do we get? Well, it was a red treasure chest, but I guess you just get gold. And the hitbox on this is pretty crazy as well. Yes, we don't wanna be doing this. Might as well loot these chests again. We've already taken all of the artifacts, but you still get a small amount of gold for completing these quests. Having killed the dragon, do we need... I'm gonna leave this cave before I try to rest, Because I don't want to risk the game bugging out.
Out of my way.
Alright, so we'll rest. I'll hand in the quest. And then this is going to be a bit of a shorter episode, I guess. We'll end by uniting the clans, I guess? Or should we do that next episode? I think we'll do that because it won't set us off on another like big major storyline quest. This is just the wrap up, the initial part of the quest. So what I'm gonna do is I don't know if you need to do this, but I'm gonna be going to Sturmford. And I'll talk to the guy who gives you the dragon quest. Who is in the tavern. Was it you?
Something, friend. Pardon me. I've got an important message for you.
Excuse me?
Pardon me. I've got an important message for you.
Oh, Sturmford and Rangham are at war. We'll stop this. Okay. Was it you? Was it you? Huh. It was definitely somebody in this bar that gives you the quest. So now we have a new quest. We got to stop the war between Sturmford and Drangheim. As it so happens, we are in fact in Sturmford right now. So maybe we can deal with this before we go to Kira the Cold. And
Greetings, adventurers. What can I do?
what is the meaning of this? Why have you gone to war with Drang? I mean, I know why he's done it, but we have to go through this charade anyway. You must stop this war. They sent one of their agents into Anscrum Keep and disabled all its defenses. They're planning an invasion. They didn't do that. We did. Why would my allies do such a thing? For the experience points. And also, Sigmund wouldn't join the coalition unless we did. I mean, it's our fault. Yeah, whatever. Would convince you. Signed treaty from Sigmund. And I think if we go talk to him, it's going to be a similar situation. He's going to be angry. What's he angry about? Why have you gone to war? Right, because he arrested their general and somebody broke them out. Sturmford didn't do that. We did. Why would you do such a thing? For the experience points. And also, Bjarni said he needed him for the. He wouldn't join our alliance otherwise. What if we got him to sign a treaty? We'll get you a treaty. Mr. Bjarni signed a treaty. I think now. You might have to go to Kira. But I'll try going to, like, back to this guy first. I'm not sure what the exact quest stages are. Yeah, I think we gotta go to Kira directly. So we'll go to Thronheim. Wrong spell. I said go to Thronheim. And I think Kira will be able to figure out a diplomatic solution to the problem that we caused. Alright. We need your help. We need somebody to write a peace treaty. Alright. Come back tomorrow. You know what? Let's wait 2 days just to be safe. We've returned for the treaty. As soon as Sigmund and Bjarni will say, okay, alright, now we just gotta get these 2 jokers to do the right thing. But I think there's gonna be one more step. Because they're gonna be like, I won't sign it unless unless he signs it first. And then I think there's gonna be a signing ceremony. I think we have the peace treaty. As soon as Sigmund has signed it, yeah, okay, you and Sigmund will sign it together. See you there. Let's talk to. I guess it's good that we're getting this done in this episode, because it's a lot of running around before we get to the actual next exciting story stuff in this game. There's a peace treaty. You'll both sign it there. So there's gonna be no funny business. Back to Thronheim. And this should trigger a cutscene, I think. There we go. There's Bjarni. There's the other guy. Hey, everybody's happy, everybody's clapping.
It says so in this book. In the event of a battle, all rules heretofore written in this book must be followed.
Who gives a damn about your book, Markel? We're not here to read, we're here to plan a battle.
Never in my lifetime would I have thought it, Bjarni, but I agree with you. Now put that book away before I throw it on the fire!
What do any of you know about fighting anyway? I'm the one with the rule book, and I insist that they be followed. If they're not, I shall take my soldiers and leave.
Now that would be a blessing. Please go. If you need ships or supplies, I'll be more than willing to provide them for you.
Let's not get rash, Kira. Markel, don't go. We need you to stay.
If he would shut up about those rules of his, perhaps we could get something done here. Where did you find that book? In the backside of a cow? I knew we should never have allowed someone from Gooberland in here in the first place.
Maybe it's not me, but you that is the problem, Kira.
Watch your mouth, boy.
Bjarni, please. It's not the Goober's fault that the brains in his head are more rotten than yesterday's beef.
Is that what you think, Kira? Well, allow me to prove that you are wrong. Tell me, what is supposed to be done when your opponent has lost his sword?
I will not play this game with you, Wormbrain.
Of course you won't, because you don't know the answer. Here, allow me to give you a few choices. Do you hand him his sword back? Do you kick him while he's down? Or do you put your sword in his belly?
Why don't I put my sword in your belly, Markel?
Always the violence with you, Kira. Perhaps that's why you can't ever seem to find a man to share your time with. In fact, I'd bet that any man who would want to share their time with you is the one with the rotten brains.
You've done it now, Markel.
Is that in your book, Markel? Now, may we get down to business?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, yes, that would be great.
First things first, I guess. Since we can't do anything without him, I move that those who organized us find a replacement Jarl for Gooberland.
Okay, so that was a lot to unpack with what just happened. Um, First of all, we had the peace treaty. Then we had Markel the Great, who wanted to do things literally by the book, bringing up the Book of Rules that I believe it's the same book that we found for him in an earlier quest. Nobody else was having that, and then he and Kira had a hostile exchange, which culminated in her just casually murdering him in front of everybody else. And then, I guess, she's allowed to do that because nobody seems to be too upset that he's dead. I mean, he was pretty annoying. I don't know if he deserved to get killed. But whatever, it's done now. No point dwelling on the past. And she said something about finding a replacement Jarl for Gooberland, which is the area that Markel presided over. But before I could even really think about that too much, Yrsa the troll has shown up. Yrsa, what do you want? There's something you must do for me immediately. I mean, we're kind of busy. Never too busy. You agree to do anything at a time by choosing. It must be done now. Okay, what do you need done? Travel to the thing. To the thing in Theorgard. Once there, you must win the dragon prize by winning in games and give it to my daughter. So she wants us to go to a circus. That's what the thing is. And win the grand prize, I guess, for her daughter. Yes, my daughter wants it. Go get it now. Alright, we'll do it. Right then. We'll, oh, no, sorry. When you've given the prize, return here. I'm sure they'll be ready for you by then. Farewell. Okay. Alright. I think that's going to be all for this episode. Again, a bit of a stranger one, bit of a shorter one. Had things gone... You know what? Even if I'd killed the dragon legitimately without... If the commentary hadn't been captured, I could have done post-commentary. But I'm like, I'm not gonna upload post-commentary on footage that ends with the game crashing, right? So, had we been able to kill the dragon legit... Not that there's anything wrong with using Poison Cloud, but it's seen by some as a bit of an exploit, because it's not clear that it's meant to hit the same target that many times. I think it's designed as something that hits multiple targets with small hitboxes. The dragon's like a unique thing. In many different ways, it's a fight. The whole mechanics of the fight are very, very different. So whether or not you see it as an exploit, it's how most people kill the dragon. I wanted to do it differently. And maybe, you know what? Maybe when the series is done, we'll have a bonus episode of trying to kill the dragon legit. Like super legit. Super duper legit. But we'll do that. Later, if we do it at all, which I'm not committing to. So we're not going to be doing any more quests in this episode. We're just going to be doing our training, and again, we're going to have to do our training in 2 different places, because Frostguard will train our normal characters, which is to say everybody except for the Lich. And then we'll have to go to a place like Theorgard to get the levels for our Lich. So everybody else gains 2 levels. Let's assign their points straight away. 1 more point into Spirit sounds good to me. You just keep ratcheting up that blade skill. You should keep... Well, I mean, we haven't even leveled you up yet, so we'll do that in a second. You, I think, were doing Blade and Cudgel side by side. And how many levels can you gain? 6 levels. Hilarious. Alright, so let's go to Theorgard, train up the Lich. And then we'll end this episode. Yeah, I mean, I'm disappointed, but I also know, like, when I got to the middle of the ill-fated initial recording attempt, I knew that eventually we were gonna take the dragon down by just, like, hitting him and using spells that aren't Poison Cloud. It would have just been really slow. So I don't even feel like I cheated that much. I just saved myself a bit of time. And especially if the game is gonna crash, right? Then that further absolves me of any, like, moral issues. Right? Because if the game's gonna crash, then I think you're completely justified in using any and every exploit that can at least get you to the end of that quest. Right, so there goes all our money. We were rich, now we're poor. Just how life goes, I guess. Our Lich, though, getting stronger and stronger, and no signs of slowing down in terms of gaining levels. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I think that's going to be all for this Sunday's episode. When we come back next time, we're going to be continuing on with the main quest, which this won't be the only thing we do next episode, but it is the only thing in our quest log. So we'll be doing this, and then we'll be continuing the main quest after that. So yeah, I think that is going to be all for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you've been enjoying the playthrough. Hope to see you next week for the next episode, and until then, take care.